konnichiwa. 안녕하세요. Hi, this is NiHangukEng. Alright, what up, my Korea boos? I'm here with a announcement. How I'll be teaching Korean is through specific books that I've been using over the past year and a few months now. And personally, I've learned a lot, and I know how to make sentences. Reading is fine. I strongly recommend these books because these are what the college academic schools are using right now. And you could use whichever editions. I do prefer the most recent or the one before that because you have audiobooks online free. So, however you could get a hands of these books, I strongly recommend Integrated Korean. I will link the book on down below. I won't necessarily go over what's in the book and like go over it and check answers and stuff. However, if you follow the book chronologically, the teachings that I want to teach are the things that I found that's important within the chapter, and it should be helpful in terms of your learning. Now, that doesn't mean that if you don't use the books, you can't learn from the videos. I'm sure you still will. I'll be going over it in the style that I personally learn Korean. I strongly recommend these books because, as I said before, they are what universities are using to learn Korean. Now, again, there's probably going to be something better, but if anything, these are equivalent to Minnano no Nihongo or Integrated Japanese. If you're a fan of how those books taught or teach, then you will be a fan of these Korean books. They're similarly and practically identical, not in all ways. However, these books are as close as you can get to getting that same experience of teaching. So I would say that you could really self-teach yourself. You will be missing a lot of things. Like in listening is probably going to be your weakest, but that's to say that with most books. Most books you're probably going to be good at reading and saying or speaking as long as you're practicing out loud, then you're gonna be good. The hardest thing that you're gonna get probably difficulties learning Korean is speaking and listening. I mean, again, books don't have much for that, but pronunciation is pretty hard in Korean. I really check my answers using like things like Google Translate, or my friends if whenever they're free. But there's only so much a book can get for you, but you can definitely learn a lot with integrated Korean. Not everyone's gonna like my style, but my style is could help some people. But lastly, the last note I wanted to say is most the Korean teaching I'd like to teach, especially in the book, it mainly does formal speaking. Not the highest, it's called the humble form. Now that's typically everything ending with yo. Um, Now the reason I choose to opt to this is because speaking respectfully or in a higher form or a little bit more formal level of Korean is better because Korean culture is a very hierarchical. It's a big hierarchy in terms of respect, and you gotta respect your elders. Now, it's not a wrong thing to not to be formal to people who are younger than you. So it's kind of like a safe option in the end to just speak formal, because I'm sure everyone's seen um Korean dramas and they would hear examples. Moya? Like what is this? Like literally. Um but it's actually uh moyayo. It's the same thing, but obviously you're adding the yo. But again, saying yeah, informal conversation or speaking and or writing could be seen as like you need to some Koreans, at least in my experience, required and demanded a little bit of more respect when you speak to them. So Yeah, we'll be speaking in, or I'll be teaching and explaining in formal or humble form, is what they call it. All right, thank you so much. I hope you guys have a wonderful journey studying Korean. Just take it day by day, and I'm sure we'll all have fun here.